question. Listen for a little bit. This material is brought to you from the great courses, The Art of Storytelling by Professor Hannah Harvey. She's a world-renowned storyteller herself, as well as having a PhD in this area of communication. What is the hero's journey? Well, we're all familiar with the hero's journey. The hero's going on with an ordinary life, and then all of a sudden some trial comes along. And he goes down to, or she goes down to a very dark place. And often there are helpers that help them through this problem that they're having. Eventually they come back on the other side, but they're not the same. They've been changed. They've been transformed. They have a new awareness of either themselves or the world around them. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the hero's journey. Now, you're really familiar with this. You've all seen movies like The Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, even Little Red Riding Hood, the hero's journey. So I'm going to tell you a story from my own family, because we all have heroes or have been heroes and have all experienced this hero's journey. This rite of passage, not just from childhood to adulthood, but even in our adult life as we move to a new job or go through some other difficult circumstances. Now, Heather was our child that was the most social. She knew everybody, everyone knew her. And life went on pretty well for her. She was always like a butterfly, flitting here to there, hard to know even where she was, until she came to a certain grade in school, and a new girl came to class. And she organized all the girls against her. At lunchtime, no one would sit with her. When there was free time, no one would talk to her. She started taking books to school and reading. That's all that she could do. She became quite depressed. At that time, we didn't really understand the influence of bullying as much as maybe we do today. And so we sympathized, but thought, well, this is just kids, so they'll move on with it. At that time, we had had two different people come and stay with us. We had Sayori, who was a student from Japan who wanted to learn English, and she'd come and spent some time with us to perfect her English. And we also had an English teacher who also wanted to help with her accent, and particularly with slang. Her name was Shigeko. And Heather got the idea, if they could come to America and visit us, why couldn't I go to Japan and visit them? So she wrote them a letter, hey, could I come and visit you? And they said, sure, we'd be glad to have you. So she came to her parents and said, if I raise half the money for an airline ticket, can I go? Well, that was kind of our policy. If the kid could raise half the money for a bike or whatever else they wanted to buy, we'd chip in the other half. Heather had never saved anything. So we said, sure, yeah, if you can raise half the ticket, yeah, you can go to Japan, no problem. And we kind of forgot about it. What we didn't think about was the fact she had, number one, a paper route, and number two, she was doing some babysitting. And she didn't buy records, she didn't buy clothes, she didn't buy anything. It all went into the bank. And one day she came to us and said, well, I have the money to go to Japan now. And everyone said, you're not going to Japan, you're only 13 years old, you can't go to Japan. But her dad said, well, you know, we promised, and we know these people, they're nice people, and she'll be perfectly safe there. So she got the ticket, she spent 1 month in Japan. And while she was there, people treated her royally. She was almost like a celebrity. And she just enjoyed herself so much. At one point, she went to a museum, and NASA had this device there that would kind of simulate weightlessness. It would spin in 3 different directions. And no one was trying this out. Well, she's an American. She's going to show everybody that she's going to demonstrate this device. So she got in there, got strapped in, and they got her spinning. And somehow she didn't get motion sickness, and she survived it. And everyone was quite astounded and really interested to see what she was doing. She came back to the United States, a different girl. She had confidence in herself. She liked herself again because she knew people liked her. And not only that, but she had found out that when she got a goal and started saving toward a goal, she could accomplish things that no one else would even imagine that she could do. And as soon as she got back, what do you think she did? Hey, she started planning her next trip. She enjoyed that so much. And when she went to school, what about those girls? Did they ever become friends again? Unfortunately, no. They never ever became friends again. But she made new friends. and moved on with her life. Now, of all my 3 children, Heather was the least studious of them all. But isn't it amazing, of all my 3 children, she is the only one that got her PhD. I'm just still amazed by that. So you have stories of the hero's journey within your own life or within your family. And this is a formula that Hollywood knows works. And it can work for you as you tell your own hero's journey. Mr. President.
Thank you, Bob.